and Collins can agree, like Henderson ain't a place that we heavily associate with like blatant racism that we can see. And so everybody's been like saying a black man has been lynched, a black man has been lynched. So I was like, it's more to this story. So the media was like that he went to Walmart on one of his stops as a truck driver, and there was footage of him going in to buy a rope, and they saw him stop at, I think, like a Hampton Inn or something, and later on go in the woods. And I'm just saying how I'm confused about how people are so quick to say a black man has been lynched, and we don't acknowledge mental health within our community enough to see that that was the reason why. And his family was like, well, he didn't have any suicidal ideations. He just didn't tell you. Y'all were just left out. And so I think even stuff like that, and I think maybe the media in Raleigh was trying to, I think it was a good thing that they were like putting resources out, like, oh, if you're suicidal, this is like the national helpline and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just didn't know if you saw that story.
No, I didn't see it. So what you thinking is that he committed suicide?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so here's the thing. If sometimes the media will come with the angle of racism, and the reason why they do that is they keep us stirred up and caught up in emotion.
Yeah.
That's the story. You see what I'm saying? Instead of acknowledging the fact that we also have mental health issues in the black community, but we, as a whole, don't like to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Right? And he may have made suicidal ideations, but they might have just ignored it.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of times that happens. They'll go commit suicide, but the family don't want to accept the fact that they committed suicide.
Yeah.
And then if it's a small town like that, or it depends, the news will make a major story, and then here come Al Sharpton and Ben Crow.
Yeah,
here they come, right? But people need to sometimes get the facts, and then when the facts are out there, well, the fact is that I'm gonna give you a prime example. Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland committed suicide. When the facts come out that she committed suicide, we don't want to accept the fact that she committed suicide. We always think it's an angle or a story. She committed suicide. But nobody want to believe that. But the bigger story is this. She was going this way. The police officer was going that way. He turned around and got behind her. She pulled over to let him over, right? She didn't put her blinker on. He pulled her over. The question is, what made him turn around? That was racial profiling. She didn't put her blinker on when she changed lanes. It's Texas. So that's failure to signal intent. So he made a traffic stop on her for no damn reason. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is this. What they didn't tell people with Sandra Bland is they have phone calls. She was trying to call her family. They weren't answering the phone. Her bond was like, if I remember right, was like $500 some. She sat in jail for 3 days on a $500 some bond. But nobody want to address that.
Yeah.
But then y'all get on the news. Woe was me, woe was her. The police did this, police did that. That chick she had some mental health issues. But she was on the upside of it because she was moving for a new job and all kinds of other stuff. Her family, and people gonna argue me down on this. They let her sit in jail over, I think it was a $500 bond for 3 days. She was walking around. You can see her walking around at the booking counter trying to use the phone. You can hear the voicemail messages. But we don't want to address that. She committed suicide. People's like, well, how did she get a trash bag in the cell? They have trustees that come and clean the cells. They leave stuff in cells all the time. Especially if she wasn't on suicide watch. You have inmates they'll take blankets, tie them to the end of the bunk, tie them around their neck, and lean forward and asphyxiate themselves. But see, people don't tell you stuff about that, like that about jail and prison. So what I'm saying is, it's like you said, we have mental health issues in the black community that goes unaddressed.